Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, as I was stating, this amendment is important because as Texans, we need to be sure that only Texans are involved in our issues, especially this one. And I want to be clear, my amendment doesn't address the social issue behind this matter at all. It is purely legal. And I want to paint you a scenario wherein imagine we're 2 nights before the Final Four. You're on the opposing team, and there's someone on the other team that you don't like or that you suspect is stronger, bigger, or more masculine. Well, I know what I'm going to do. Maybe I have a bet on the line. I'm going to get somebody to file an injunction against that team. And the way the law is currently written, you can do that. Can you imagine the turmoil, the market chaos, the competitive chaos that this would potentially allow? Absolutely anyone could file an injunction moments before the big day, moments before the championship or the competition. We need to be sure that we don't allow that to happen, irrespective of our motives for or against the legislation. In this case, I am asking that we strike this clause because on a more practical level, any practitioner knows the basic foundation of civil jurisprudence is that you have standing, an actual interest to litigate in a case in order to be involved in litigation. The way the bill is written, this section grants standing to absolutely any human being to intervene and file suit in this matter. And so I'm asking for absolute practical purposes that you vote yes to adopt this amendment.
Mr. Speaker,
Representative Flores,
will the gentlewoman yield for questions?
For questions, yes, ma'am.
She yields.
Thank you. So, Representative Gamez, you mentioned that anybody under this bill would be able to file an action, a civil action against a university because, as you said, there could be a bad actor, right? Why would this be problematic again? Please explain.
And you're absolutely correct, Representative. It would allow, as written, any human being to file an injunctive action. So, and I need you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, an injunction is not just a lawsuit asking for damages. It's asking for an immediate, it's like putting a stop sign, an immediate halt to whatever's going on. And I sincerely fear how this tool could be used as a mechanism to really skew our competitive nature at this point in collegiate sports.
And so would there be damages available under this bill?
It's uncertain, but ordinarily, yes. In ordinary Texas rules of procedure, the prevailing party is entitled to damages and an injunction.
So, but even if somebody brought one of these actions, would the university, even if there were no damages found or it was frivolous, the university would still have to pay, wouldn't it, for fees and attorneys' fees and all of that to defend itself against a frivolous lawsuit? Isn't that correct?
It's very concerning, right? This bill doesn't, as written, this statute is very vague and very ambiguous as to what would damages be. They're not statutorily quantified, so we're all up in the air about this, and I'm concerned with the efficacy and the
Well, does this bill require any proof that the athlete in question is in fact transgender?
And so I'm really glad you brought that up, Representative, because the way the bill is currently written, there is no definition of woman, male, transgender, and the way the bill is written and inviting litigation from the universe, the way the bill is written, there's no threshold proof to file or initiate this litigation. So it could be, I suspect that, you know, maybe you have chin hair, maybe your pecs are bigger than mine. I don't know what the requisite proof is as written.
So it would be problematic, wouldn't it, too, also for athletes of color?
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's our concern. Again, I know we keep vocalizing this issue of, in Texas, we want to make sure that we do not open the floodgates for discrimination, and I really think we can prevent that. Again, irrespective of your social position on the matter, we can prevent that by eradicating the floodgates of litigation for any person, any human being to be able to file suit on an ambiguous and arbitrary, I'm assuming, presumption or animus.
Well, thank you for filing this amendment. I think it's a good amendment. It will, you know, this bill would cause a lot of problems for our universities, and I think your amendment would actually get rid of a lot of those problems. So thank you for filing this amendment.
Thank you so much, Representative. And again, members, this is simply a cleanup to make sure that we already know how the courts feel about issues wherein legislation opens the floodgates to litigation to any citizen. We have been there, we have done that, and I'm asking that for just practical purposes of jurisprudence, we adopt this amendment. Thank you.